Fylde Flips.
Good morning, it's Monday morning. I've got 18 items that I've sold over the weekend, which I need to get picked and posted out today. Most of them are downstairs in the sheds, but a few items are up here. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a look at what we've sold, see how much money, roughly we've made of each item. And as we go, I'm going to cut to me packaging some of these items up, because a lot of people have been asking me. In fact, it's probably the most asked question, is either how do you package a cookie jar, how do you package a bread bin, or please can you do a video on how you package items. So that's what I'm going to do as we go along today on certain items. I'll be cutting to me a bit later on, packaging that item up. So let's get on with it. So let's start with this. This is a vintage musical Christmas bell ornament, vintage from what, the 70s I reckon, maybe even earlier than that actually. And it went for £18 plus postage. It's going to somebody in Italy. This person's been messaging me about this for like a month, like on and off, and then has now finally purchased it. So yeah, box D right here. This item was from a car boot sale where the seller had loads and loads of vintage items, like loads, lots of stuff, good stuff. A lot of it was kind of like, in the background, bread and butter type of stuff, but hey, didn't pay a lot for any of it. This was, I think, was it 50p or a pound? It wasn't a lot. I'd say this is maybe one of the kind of less desirable items that I got out of everything. Not all of it was Christmas related, just a few bits were Christmassy. But I think there was a bit of Tupperware and like vintage placemats, all that kind of stuff. Probably about maybe 10 to 15 videos back on this channel. This is what it is, and it's not perfect either. It's missing, I think, a part to it, and it's a little bit like dented on the edge, but still had a bit of interest, this one, and it's gone for good money. Well, I think that's good money for what it is and how much I paid anyway. Next we have this train model kit. This went for £10 plus postage. It probably would have gone for a bit more, but I couldn't be sure this one was complete, although I'm pretty sure it is. I've put something like that in the description, making it very clear that I'm not 100% it's complete, but here is everything that it has. Here's the instructions. Pretty sure the majority of it at least is there. There are a couple of parts that had been punched out and kind of partially made. This wheel didn't seem to fit on properly. I don't know if you're supposed to glue it or what. I made the photos very clear and I put something in the description, and yeah, hence only getting £10 for this. If it was complete, if it was new, it's worth a fair bit more than this, I think. I only paid, I think it was £1 for it from Clitheroe boot sale this year, a few months back, before all the kind of main boot sales opened up. Next is this jigsaw puzzle. Oh my god. Terrified me. It's alive. It's alive. Stop moving. Stop making noise. Quiet. Quiet. Thank you. Next is this jigsaw puzzle. This, I think, is one of the ones that I got from Norcross boot sale, where he had a whole stack of jigsaw puzzles. Most of them were new sealed, and I paid £1 for the lot. I'm sure this was one of the ones that was in that bundle. So yeah, not too bad. £12.50 plus postage. It's up here. Is it this one? Dreamtime Unicorn. No, it's not that one. It is Rainbow Glen. Rainbow Glen. Let's have a look. Oh, it's this one right underneath it. Yeah, this is it, yeah, because they're all together. Look, I'm sure I got these at the same time. Dreamtime Unicorn Rainbow Glen, which is the one that's just sold, and this one, which I particularly like. And then I think there were some older ones as well, which I put together in a listing somewhere. Not sold them yet. Yeah, some of these brand new, like unusual design jigsaws that have a bit of age to them, like this. I reckon this is like 90s, maybe 80s. Can do, alright. Next we have a very retro Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. Pretty sure these were from the first film. They're kind of like your budget ones. They don't do anything, they don't talk or have lights or anything else. And these are actually my brother's. He didn't want them, so only got 10 quid for these. They had issues though. The kind of visor of Buzz was all scratched up. They had a few little stains. I tried my best to clean them, but wasn't coming out. So they had issues, otherwise they would have gone for a little bit more. They're actually in box D. And I've sold them once before, but they never paid. There we go. Woody has his hats in there somewhere, right there. Next we have a pair of vintage speakers. I got these from a boot sale about a year ago, so it's been a while. There was some interest when I first put them up. I had a few offers come in, but they were for a lot less than what I was after. And I would have gone a bit lower, but they were like half the price. So I was like, no, I'm going to hold out. I'm glad I did, because they went for full asking price of £99.99. Untested as well, so I've sold them as spares and repairs, even though I don't think they've ever been used. Very good condition. They have an unusual plug, which you'll see in a second. Where is the unusual plug? There we go. Pretty just about made that out. So I couldn't test them. I mean, I'm sure there would have been a way of doing it, but I weren't interested. I paid, I think it was £10 for them. I remember the guy I bought them off. And I remember I kind of like weren't sure. I thought they were a bit big. I don't really need to buy them, but because I was walking away, he came down in price a bit, and I was like, right, okay, I'll just buy them. So glad I did. You know, is that worth it? I mean, I know it's taken a year to sell them, but they've just kind of been sat here, minding their own business. Got some stock on top of them, but it's all just lightweight bits. So is that worth it? What do you think? £100. So what's that profit wise? All said and done, we're probably going to be talking about what, 75 profit thereabouts, but had to wait a year for it. What do you think? I think that's worth it. Maybe not on everything. Maybe if it was something like really big, might not be worth it waiting that long. But for these, yeah, we'll have that. I reckon I could have dropped the price a few months back and sold them, you know, very quickly, but hey, I held out. Yeah, if it's a bit messy here, I know. I don't think you can really see the worst part, which is like here. But I do need to get in here and have a good sort out. I've got lots of room in these boxes now, so I can, everything that's here, it's all been listed and everything. It just needs to make its way into the boxes, which I've been slacking off on doing recently. I've just had a lot going on. And the sheds are the same right now as well. They're a little bit messy. In fact, they weren't too bad until I went to a car boot sale yesterday and bought a load of stuff. So I've just kind of like had to dump it all in there. And I plan to get most of that stuff listed throughout this week. Well, that's the plan anyway. And that will be coming up on the channel in a few weeks' time. Got quite a few videos coming. I've got one which is from Portmeirion. So you probably see me buy a lot of Portmeirion or Portmeirion. I've been saying Portmeirion recently because I went there and I asked somebody there who is Welsh, what should I be saying? And she said it's Portmeirion. It's Portmeirion, that is what it is. And I was like, right, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. It sounds weird to me. Do you not think Portmeirion? Me saying it anyway just sounds weird, but that's what I've been trying to go with. That's apparently correct, so there you go. What do you say? Do you say Portmeirion Port Merion or something else entirely, or do you just not say it because it's why would you be saying it? Why would you be saying it most of the time? But I've got a video coming up from there. In fact, I've got two videos. I've got one on this channel, one on my other channel, Adventure ASPIN. So that one on my other channel will take a little while to come out, but the one on this channel will be out in a week or two, thereabouts. And I think it'll be a good one. I'm going to take you on a little journey around Portmeirion. We're going to have a look at some of my sales while we do it, some of the best sales of the year up to now, and a look back at some of my Portmeirion or Portmeirion sales kind of over the last year or so. Because we're there, you know, I figured we kind of have to do that, right? So this was the last item from in here. So I'm going to take it down, get it packaged up. Let's go get the rest of the stuff from the sheds. So we're packaging these speakers. I said in the listing that I was going to box them again, so they're like basically double boxed. I'm also going to open it up and maybe put some extra stuff, extra bubble wrap in there, possibly. I can't quite remember how these were packaged, so let's have a look. So we've got polystyrene in there. There's not really much else I can do with this, to be honest. Maybe a little bit of bubble wrap down here and down here, but that's kind of it. A lot of packaging paper in this box and kind of float it. This box is probably a bit too big really, but I'm struggling a bit for larger boxes right now. So there we go, a bit of fragile tape round to finish it off, and that's good to go. Subscribe. 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 Anyway, bit of a throwback there. Most people are going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Who wants me to bring back the crazy subscribes? Anyone? Anyone know what I'm talking about? I know a couple of you do, because a couple of people have asked for it. We'll see, we'll see. How about if this video can get 200 likes, I'll bring it back, at least for the time being. Right, first item. So these were from Park Hall boot sale, and they were £1, I think, for the pair. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, they have a crack in them, don't they? I think they had a little crack. They're different than what I've seen before as well. Oranges and lemons. Yeah, there we go. There's like a proper hairline crack in one of them. But I still managed to get, how much did I get? It was a full asking price of $14.99 plus postage. Could have sworn they went on an offer, but nope. So that's not bad considering the condition. If these were perfect, they wouldn't have gone for much more, I don't think. Where's the other one? It's right here. Next to the Swineside Tea Pottery. There we go. So that'll be easy to package, two little ones. I think they might have to go in a larger eBay box rather than the smaller ones that I get. So not the little green ones, but the slightly larger orangey coloured ones. Next we have these Kellogg's Sip Up Kids cereal bowls from 2012. I don't remember these when they were about, but I got 2 from a boot sale for 50p, and I tried them with my kids, but they weren't interested like at all. So then I found another stack of them for £1 from Park Hall boot sale, if I remember rightly. So I put them all together in a little stack, 6 of them, and I got £26 plus postage on these. Now I was after quite a bit more than that, but I'm not gonna, and I've paid £1.50. I'm not gonna, reject a £26 plus postage offer when I've paid such little for them. So there we go. That's all they are. Not fragile. They are plastic, so really easy package. So just package them all together like that with bubble wrap. Float them in a box. Raw mail, small parcel. Yeah, look out for these out there. I've never really seen them before, so I'm guessing they're kind of rare, but people obviously still want them. Next is this Portmeirion Botanic Garden large plant pot trailing bindweed. Is which one it is now. I may struggle with this just because I've got a lot of Portmeirion right now. A lot of like plant pots. I mean, there's one just here which I've recently photographed. I've got a couple, like one there. I've just kind of got them dotted all around. I should probably have like a Portmeirion section now, really. But I picked them up just randomly here and there, so they've not really got their own area yet. We've got £24.99 plus postage on this one. I don't tend to pay more than £2 or £3 a piece. Right, so this one, it's got like butterflies. It's got blue flowers and a yellow butterfly on it. And it's a larger one. So there it is, right there. I have actually stacked it with a load of other Portmeirion, and this, which I think is Spode actually, this one. This is a nice one though, I picked up quite recently. I think it was from Burzco. It's a larger one. It'll go as every possibly just under 2 kilograms, but I think it might go into the 2 to 5 kilogram realm. I'm pretty sure I charged them £6 for postage though, so we're covered on that. Next is this Spode Copeland Christmas plate. This was from Park Hall boot sale. This is kind of a bad buy really. I think I bought 2 or 3 plates on that occasion for only 50p or £1 each. And I thought it would be good because it's kind of, I like the design basically, and it's Spode. I like the Spode stuff, but very common, loads out there, and yeah, not the best. £5 plus postage, still making a tiny little profit. I thought it was down here, but that's actually a different plate with a very similar looking ship on it. I didn't even realise I had 2 that were so similar, but the one I want is here, which is a bit smaller than I thought it was. So there's, I think it's quite nice. Still think it's quite nice, but doesn't always mean it's worth a lot. Well, I've still got this. Anybody interested in this one? Still listed for sale on my eBay shop, and yeah, not coming down the price on this much because I really like it. I bought another one at the same time, and that sold recently to somebody. In fact, it actually went to the person who designed the logo. So I had a different plate like this. It was about the Blackpool Tower, I think, and it sold to somebody in Blackpool who designed that logo. How cool is that? And I think it was her husband who had bought it for her and was really happy to have found one out there. So that was good. It's nice when stuff like that happens. It is. It makes the job worthwhile at times where, you know, sometimes you might lose a bit of motivation, but things like that keeps you going. Oh, check out my son's little garden. I think I showed this off at the beginning of spring. It's a bit wild now, but it grew. Everything grew like really nicely. He really liked this, like the little dinosaurs and stuff, and the coloured pebbles. So I think there's just one more item in here now, which is the bread bin, cockerel bread bin. I usually keep the bread bins down at the bottom. And no, it's right in front of me actually, right there. That's the one. There it is. I'm struggling to remember where I bought this from, but I know it was recent. Probably hasn't made a video that you guys have seen yet. But I was looking at it thinking, is that actual like cracks or crazing in it right here? But it's not, it's just part of the design. Really good condition, nice quality, TG green, clover leaf, kind of 90s I think, maybe 2000s possibly. Wooden lid. This is one of those items that people always ask me how to package, so I'll definitely cut to me packaging this up in just a moment. So next is this bread bin right here, and this box that the paper comes in is like the perfect size for this bread bin, and this paper's like pretty much almost gone. I figured I may as well use this box for this bread bin. So look, you can't get much more perfect than that. That'll give a good layer, allow me to give a good layer of bubble wrap all the way around, a good layer of void fill all the way around, and sometimes I will card the bread bin as well. We'll see as we go. This one here I bought recently. I'm sure it was from one of those like random boxes at a boot sale, like on the ground, like in kind of fruit crate type situation where everything is just kind of like thrown in there. It's like a house clearance type of thing. Everything was dirty. I remember this was like proper grim. I'm pretty sure that's where I got it from, a boot sale fairly recently, and it went for £12.50 plus postage, which is just here. Hard Rock Cafe, I don't know if they sold these out of Hard Rock Cafe originally. It's a proper, like, you know, retail thing though, by the looks of it. It's got all information on there, 2014, dishwasher safe, not microwave safe, etc, etc. So into the big shed for the last few items, and yes, it's a bit of a tip. It wasn't too bad in here until yesterday when I went to a boot sale. I got a load of stuff. So all this stuff's from the boot sales, a lot of this stuff's from the boot sales, a lot of this stuff's from the boot sales. Eagle brand, made in USA. It's a lidded like Tupperware style container, $11.99 plus postage. It's just up here, so I think it's just like the same as that one, but a different colour. Should just be up here. Tupperware Towers has stayed in its position. Probably would have been like 50p a pound, something like that. For the non-branded, well, it's not non-branded, it's branded, but for stuff that's not actual proper Tupperware, I really don't like to pick it up most of the time. And if I do, it's got to be like very cheap. Yeah, sorry if it's a little bit dark in here. I've actually got it on low light mode on my camera, so hopefully you can still, you know, see what's going on in here. But just over here, we have, just there, this teapot, which is another item that I got from somebody's crates. Just had it on the floor with a load of other stuff, and I got it for just £2 or £3, like fairly recently, a few weeks back, and turned out to be a good one. Really nice condition, no issues at all with this one, and got 50, I think I took an offer, £59.99 is what I had it up at. I can see it went for £51, which is alright. I liked it so much I put it on my back shelf there. That's where I put stuff that I kind of think's kind of cool, and some of it is stuff that I'm keeping. I've got some old kind of random consoles back there, which is like part of my collection, which at some point I'll display properly somewhere. But I've also got my ship there, Manta Force. I've got the other one there, which is the one I bought from the boot sale, which I've not done anything with yet. I do intend to. It needs a really good clean, like a really good clean and a bit of repair before I sell it. The one I had as a kid I will be keeping forevermore. And there it is. Yeah, £51 plus postage, not bad when it's from a like rummage box. For £2 or £3, this is why I look in those rummage boxes. You might, see me in the boot sales sometimes looking in these boxes, and a lot of people probably just think, what's he doing? What's he good? Because often I come out empty-handed. I don't always find anything, and therefore I don't always put it in the videos. But I always have a good rummage in those boxes. The box is on the floor, and it's just a load of random stuff. Often it's just broken bits, random bits, odd bits of this, odd bits of that. But I've done well in the past. On a difficult day sometimes you can have a look in there and find the odd piece that's worthwhile. And this is not like something I'd found before and I knew it was going to be worth loads of money. I just thought it looked a bit unique. It has the Queen on it, which always helps. Nice golden blue. I looked at the brand and it's Sadler. Just because it's Sadler doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money. I've had a lot of Sadler stuff that's really not worth that much. But I put everything together and then a reasonable price, and I thought, yeah, we'll do that. And it turned out to be a good one. Next we have this tin. It's a Cadbury's vintage tin with birds on it. And I got this as part of a bundle of tins from a boot sale. It was St. Michael's and Billsborough boot sale. Was it the end of last year? Beginning of this year? Can't quite remember now. I think it was end of last year. It took me a little while to get it all listed, but I did, and a few things have sold. This going at £12.50 plus postage. This actually brings back the money for everything, because I only paid 10 quid for the lot, which was a really good price. Some of it will probably never sell, if I'm being completely honest. A lot of the tins are here and at the bottom down there. There are ones in there that will probably not sell. I kind of weren't sure whether to even bother listing them, but I figured I may as well try, list them all, and just see if there's any takers. Like that Ryvita one there is alright. I think that goes for about 20 to 25 quid all day long. So that'll go. Some of them, are better than others. This one I thought was just a nice design, really. And yeah, £12.50 plus postage. Nice and easy pack. It's only a small tin. I'll just have to grab it in a second because, yeah, it's a bit difficult to get in down here at the moment. We've got this bubble wrap here and stuff. There it is. I think this is probably like 90s. It's not as old as some of them. I've got some there that are like 50s, 60s, but I'm pretty sure this is a kind of a newer one. I don't know, maybe 70s. Best before, see sticker. No, there's no best before on it. Anybody remember this when they were younger? Next we have this Wallace and Gromit set. These went for the full asking price of £29.99 plus postage. This Wallace and Gromit stuff has been good. Most of it now has gone. Still got a few bits. But yeah, I went into the profit after selling I think 2 bundles, and they just keep selling. Like, really popular, lots of watches on them, quite a few offers coming in on quite a few of them. But yeah, well into the profit now, and these are just in this box here. Got a load of board games stacked on top, so bear with me 2 seconds. Just in there. So next we got some plates. We got this single plate, and we've also got some others that I'll show you in a second. Now, I sold this one for £6.50 plus postage. I actually bought 7 of them in a big bundle, which I'll go into in a second. But so I thought rather than sell them as a 7, which always is a bit weird, like, I don't know, I try to sell them in even numbers if I can. So rather than sell them in a 7, I sold them in a 6, got decent money for them, and then sold this one just as a single, and it's sold almost immediately as well, £6.50 plus postage. And as well as these, I've got 6 of these plates, Royal Dalton the Coppice salad plates, and I actually sold 6 dinner plates of the same design the end of last week too, and they went for good money. These went for £24.99 plus postage. So I bought these plates, and I bought a hell of a lot more than that from a shop about 3 weeks ago, and it was a real kind of mixed bundle. Somebody who watches the videos put me in contact with somebody, and they wanted to remain anonymous. They didn't want me to film or anything else, so I'm not going to go in further into where I got it from or anything like that. But basically, I paid £60 and I got loads of good stuff. I got something else I paid 20 quid for as well. It's a Disney lamp. It has a bit of damage to it. Not quite sure what I'm going to do. I don't think I can sell it as it is as a working lamp because of how it's wired up. It's an official Disney product, I think, although I need to look into that a bit further. But it's, yeah, I don't know if I can sell it as it is. It probably need rewiring or at least a new plug, and it's not really something I do, generally speaking. So I may just sell it as it is, show it lit up, because apparently it does light up. I've not checked it yet. It's not got a lampshade, but somebody out there who has one which isn't damaged, doesn't have the lampshade either, they were asking, from the USA, they're asking like 250 quid, I think, or dollars. So maybe I can get somewhere close to that, even like 150 or something would be good, but we'll have to see on that. That's something else. But anyway, back on to what I was saying about the ceramics. £60 for a load of ceramics. Now, it's big boxes like this, bigger than this, full, about 6 or 7 boxes full I got, and it was all sorts of stuff in there. Some of it was a bit damaged and went in the bin. All of it needed a really, really good clean. It took me a long time to go through it all and piece it all together and stuff. And we've got a few kind of like mini sets going on here and there. It's kind of in here and it's in the other shed. We've got a few like little sets like this set here, various conditions. Most of it is pretty good, but some of it has, you know, some issues. A bit like the tins that I mentioned before. Some of it I think will never sell, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway. It was one of them where she just wanted it all gone, so I actually said, oh, can I just buy this and this? And she was like, no, you kind of like need to kind of buy it all or nothing really. And I thought that's fair enough. It's fair enough because it's a good price. So anyway, bought it all, and I've made my money back now and into the profit just on, I think, 3 or 4 like listings I've sold. What I've just sold. So this is that plate I just mentioned. I'd already bubble wrapped it, and then the plates. I've got some plates. It's this design. These are the soup bowls, but the salad plates are just here. 6 of them, 25 quid plus postage. We have one last item, and it is this Disney Store mug, Jack Skellington, Nightmare Before Christmas. This went for £14 plus postage, and it's just here. In fact, is that it? Is it that easy, really? Because it is that easy. That was just something inside one of the cups. Don't worry about it. Yeah, usually like I have to like dig into here to get these mugs out, and it's a bit of a nightmare. It's because I've got all this stuff here. This is all going to get cleared. I'm on a mission to, like, by Christmas, to really have everything listed. Everything, even things like this projector here that I bought 3 years ago that I thought one day I might kind of try and repair it and stuff, and like, do you know what, no, I paid like very, very little for it. In fact, I think the price tag is still on it. What does it say? £4? I think that says £4. Yeah, I don't know why I bought it. It's my experimental stage. I still am in my experimental stage with it. I really was back then. I was kind of picking up all sorts of stuff and thinking, you know, let's give it a go. Let's give this a go. Let's give that a go. And I still do that now to some extent, but I probably wouldn't buy a projector like this again, unless like my stock levels were clear and I was having like a hard day at the office. I don't know. But yeah, I really want to get, like, all of this is listed, by the way. So everything here, including everything in these boxes, and then here, everything here is listed. All of that, I'm on about the shelves here, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that, all of that to here, and the mugs listed. Everything else, like everything on the floor and that, is not listed yet. But my mission really is to get it, you know, get it going. I've been kind of not going to as many boot sales recently, not going to as many charity shops. I've got good stuff here. I don't need to be out all the time. Like I being full time, I just feel like I always have to be out there. Always have to be out. If I've not gone to a charity shop for a week or two, I start getting like, oh God, I should have gone. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like this kind of video, let me know down in the comments. There'll be lots more boot sale videos, charity shop videos. We're going to bring back the £100 in your lunch break videos again. I'm going to be doing quite a few of them through the winter. So I know a lot of people have been asking for them. So they are coming soon. Not recorded one yet, but they'll be coming soon. And the same with my Port Merion trip will be a good one, I hope. I mean, I've only had a quick look at the footage, but I think it's come out quite good. I went one evening when it was dark, well, getting dark, and all the lights came on and that, and it looks pretty good. So hopefully you'll enjoy that one coming up. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button if you could. It really does help me out. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe.